Hello out there, Facebook fans. It's Josh, crew leader and South Coast Stewardship Coordinator with Trail Keepers of Oregon, with another in our series of interviews with our coast partners. With me today is Kyla Sjogren. Kyla, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking out a little time for us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And I'd like to just sort of bang right into it and start by asking, who do you work for, and what is your position?
So I am a volunteer coordinator for a fairly new program called Trailhead and Beach Ambassadors. We are on the North Coast this year, and we hope to expand to the larger Oregon coast as this program picks up traction.
Excellent. What brought you into the organization?
Well, I have been a full-time resident of the coast for 4 years, and I've volunteered with several organizations. I do have another full-time job inland a little bit, but I really want to shift my focus to my community here on the coast. So I saw this opportunity and I went for it. I really enjoy engaging with both the local communities on the coast as well as visitors that come to the coast. So this position seemed perfect.
Yeah, that sounds like a great match. How did the relationship with your organization and with Trail Keepers of Oregon develop?
All right. So the organization that I am employed by is North Coast Tourism Management Network. They received funding from several organizations, including Travel Oregon, and the funding was a grant written by a former OPRD. I don't know what her position was, but her name was Terry Wing. So there has been a need, especially this year as OPRD, that's Oregon Parks and Rec, has had a lot of budget cuts, so beach rangers aren't able to be on the beach and on the trails on the coast. So what this program is doing right now, it seeks to promote safety and sustainable recreation for our visitors on the coast, to really provide education but not enforcement.
Very cool. And now that's a similar program that Trail Keepers of Oregon has adopted, that we've been calling, or have taken to calling, Trail Ambassadors.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't cover that. So as we've been developing the training and trying to recruit for this year, which has been a little strange due to COVID-19 and we're interacting with people, we ran across the TKO Trail Ambassador program, who the engagement coordinator is Natalie Ferraro. She has been a huge help for the development of our program here on the coast, and we're essentially partnering this year and using her as a great resource. I cannot thank her enough, and your organization enough, for all the resources and help that you've provided for it.
Yeah, she's a really great coworker. I like working with her quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, great. I mean, that sounds like a great opportunity for folks to get out and to volunteer and help steward our beaches and our public spaces, and make sure that we're informing people on best practices. I love the sound of that. So we touched a little bit on the benefits of our partnership. In that we adopted the Trail Ambassador program from Friends of the Columbia Gorge, who ran it successfully for a couple of years, but were sort of shifting the focus of their organization. And we saw the value in this program and decided that it would very much fit under the trail stewardship that we like to engage in. And so I'm wondering, what, in your opinion, what are going to be the additional benefits of our partnership? How is that going to help expand this program?
Well, I think that eventually it will open up opportunities for not only your volunteers, but for our volunteers on the coast to be able to volunteer in the gorge and the coast. So you have a larger opportunity. And then also, what I have found is just the community of the Trail Ambassador program. We also are meeting with, I don't know if it's the River Keepers, and I don't have the name of the organization, but we meet every 2 weeks to talk about where we're at and what our needs are, and just having that collaboration has really enriched the services that we're able to offer the public. And yeah.
Excellent. Do you feel like it has a positive effect on your ability to engage with the community?
Oh, definitely, yes. So when I started working this program in April, COVID was we had stay-at-home orders, and Natalie and your organization were able to put together some protocols to keep our volunteers safe. And I think that was imperative to getting this program even off the ground, number one. Number two, the way that you guys had to shift your training onto an online platform, and just even the templates of how that training was developed, enabled us to develop a North Coast training and really cover all the bases, but then additionally add in our impacts that weren't so gorge focused. I really do think in collaboration, it's only going to make this program stronger and really serve our communities better.
Yeah, I agree. And it's really in true spirit with how we operate our organization, and really the outdoor stewardship community in general, I have found to be very collaborative. And those COVID volunteer safety protocols that we developed in conjunction with Washington Trails Association, with the Pacific Crest Trail Association, with these Northwest Youth Corps, these other organizations that were going to be facing similar challenges in holding in-person volunteer events. And so I really delight in seeing that collaboration across the board, and being able to help organizations in the same way that we've been helped by other organizations, and just bring that whole outdoor community closer together. I think it's really valuable.
For sure. And if I might add, I was able to get in a stewardship day on the Neocani Gap Trail as to work on that trail. And I felt really safe, and it was a really enjoyable experience too. And not just feeling safe, but I would say that you guys are, rolling out those safety protocols in a way that, are really understandable and do make me feel safe. But I had such a great day interacting with the other volunteers from a distance, because right now the thing that I really miss throughout this whole entire pandemic is connection to community. And it's so great that these protocols have been developed, so I have the opportunity to connect.
Yeah, I think that is a sentiment that a lot of people would agree with. And I think that we're very fortunate in that our stewardship activities and so much of our organization is involved in the outdoors, which really lowers the risk factor and allows us to take a number of steps to really mitigate the risk that volunteers are being exposed to. And so I think we're really fortunate in that regard. And I'm excited to start rolling more volunteer event opportunities out there. What would you say is your favorite part of your job?
Oh man. Well, I really like interacting with visitors. I think being a resident full-time on the coast, you really do see the impacts of visitors, and you hear about it negatively. I'm just going to put it out there. But what I really like is just being in it. So you actually are able to interact with the visitors, and and essentially creates less of a barrier of, you know, residents versus non-residents. And I think with interaction and understanding of where people are coming from, they're coming out here to really enjoy the coast. And if we can help them enjoy the coast and also help protect the natural resources of the coast at the same time, it makes me feel really good that I am doing something really good. We're in a really amazing time right now where it's like, what do I do? What do I do? There are so many opportunities, and that opportunity is out there. So it makes me feel like I'm making a difference.
And I think that that applies. I mean, that in a nutshell is the favorite part of my job. And even though it's trail work, we're very much interacting with the public. We're very much stewarding a place that attracts visitors. And you've got to give and take of the more people that come to a place, the more work you have to do to make sure that that visitation is sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
But the more people that you have emotionally invested in a place, the more support for stewardship you can garner. And so it's a real balancing act. And it's nice to be a part of that and to help sway that balance in a positive direction.
Yeah.
Excellent. What do you picture as a continued partnership between our organizations to look like in the future?
Well, it sounds like our program is expanding onto the Central Coast because there's a need for that as well. And frankly, my position up here in the North Coast and what the role is right now, I don't have the resources to provide that. So my organization, somebody in my organization is talking to that. So I would say as this coastal program expands, I think that we're going to have to fold in, you know, a more robust coordinator role.
What a great problem to have, right?
Yeah.
We've got so many willing volunteers, and the programs have grown so large that we have to bring on additional staff to manage it. That is,
yeah, that would be ideal.
yeah, the best problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great job to have. I'm very grateful for it. And it's one of the few jobs that I've had that makes I leave feeling really good and happy. So.
And that is the importance of that. I don't think can be underestimated.
No.
If you have to do something all day, it may as well be do something that you enjoy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about your ideal vacation.
Oh, wow. That's really shifted because of COVID. But,
well,
you know,
now, see, in an ideal world, we're not dealing with a global pandemic. So tell me about your ideal vacation.
My ideal vacation is a vacation that doesn't have a timeline, where I feel weird about taking or stressed out or insecure about taking 2 weeks off. I would like to take a year-long vacation and travel with my husband around the world and visit places and not have anywhere to be or any place to be. I feel like in our culture, you know, everything's a timeline and, you know, money matters and money would be endless. I really don't like extravagant things. So, you know, I'm kind of a dirtbag myself. So it wouldn't have to be fancy, just traveling really scrappily around the world.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave you with one final question. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
I would say 10 years ago, I would say a ginkgo tree because I have a tattoo of ginkgo leaves. And I don't know much about the tree as much. I'm more of a plant person, a native plant person. But the thing about the ginkgo tree is if you just like pause, and this is true for all trees, but if you just look at the veins and like just the whole entire shape of the leaf, it's quite beautiful. However, I was in Laurelhurst Park a couple of years ago and they have a ginkgo tree that fruits there. And that is that is an unusual smell that I would say some would say would be obnoxious and horrible. But it was a learning point for me, and it was, you know, I don't know, interesting. So I don't think I'm going to be planting any ginkgos. I will plant native trees, and, you know.
What a valuable piece of information garnered on a walk through the park. I mean, that goes to show Never underestimate what you might learn taking a walk through the park.
Yeah, or any public space.
That's right. Bringing it all back around to public spaces. I love it.
Yeah.
Professional interview subject. Kyla, I want to thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to chat with me and to chat with our Facebook fans and our future trail keepers. I want to take a moment to shout out, as always, the Oregon Coast Visitor Association. They generously fund a lot of the work that Trail Keepers of Oregon is able to do out on the Oregon coast. And, you know, just have people stay tuned. We're always out there on Facebook with the more exciting digital engagements, and we're rolling out more volunteer opportunities all the time. I encourage folks to visit our website, and on our website, on our event calendar, if I'm not mistaken, we will be posting Trail Ambassador events on the coast that people can engage with. So, you know, folks can visit the Trail Keepers of Oregon website to learn more about the Trail Ambassador program and look for opportunities to volunteer with us.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You bet. I hope you and everyone out there on Facebook has a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you.